Hello legends! In this video, I'm going to show you one of the coolest new features that I've seen come across n8n. And that feature is this chat feature over here. So this literally gives you access to a ChatGPT-like interface that you can speak with absolutely any model that you provide your API key for. So over here I have a button that says new chat. When I click to create a new chat, I can literally either sneak peek, go into custom agents where you build out your own version like a custom GPT. I'll show you how to do that a little bit later in this video. Or as long as you have an API key provided, you can literally chat with any of these models. And this thing is up to date. It even has the 5.2 model that came out just like last week. This is my test n8n account, so I don't have all my API keys here, but you could literally just plug in all your API keys and then have a continuous conversation. Whoops, what's going on there? So let's just see how this works. Hi there. You send a message, and then you can actually change the model as well. So let's go to GPT 5.2. How are you? And then if I had different, like a different model from Google or Anthropic, the same thing applies. You can just keep changing your model. So this is really cool because firstly, this means that if you're using ChatGPT, this is like one step closer to just being entirely within the n8n ecosystem. You can use the same platform to, like, I use ChatGPT side by side when I'm building some of my workflows as like my main assistant to be like, hey, write me a code node, or hey, can you help me like solve this bug that I'm having in one of my workflows. So instead of having another paid account for ChatGPT, I could just use the API and I can have that as my separate service on the side. Same thing applies. I also have a paid Claude account, so I could just go into Anthropic, put in my API key, and then not have to worry about anything. So this is really, really cool. Now we have a couple of features in this V1 version of this like ChatGPT interface. So I can just, let me go allow this time. I can record. Hi, how are you doing? I want you to help me write an essay on cats versus dogs. There we go, we send that. So that's native into the system. It's already built in, which is really, really cool. We also have the option to attach a file, and then we have a tool option here as well. So look at that in just a second when this finishes loading. This is a pretty long essay. Yeah, we're using the 5.2, no wonder. So we can actually upload a file. Let me just get a file and upload it. So I'm just uploading this file, the Batman logo. So describe what you see. Let's hit enter. Shows the Batman logo in the black silhouette centered inside a yellow oval. So the image works perfectly fine. And again, this is just using the native interaction. I'm not actually using a custom agent just yet. And we also have some tools. So the tools are currently limited to this Gina AI web search. But if you don't want to use this web search and get a separate API key, I will show you how to build out your own ChatGPT interface like this, or basically like how to create a custom agent where you can actually just use web search from the agent and not have to use Gina. So this is really cool. You guys can come into here and explore your options. And then next you have this like custom agent section, which means you literally build out your own agent in n8n. Like people, when they had ChatGPT, when it first came out with custom GPTs, they would build a custom GPT and they would make a tool call across to something like n8n or make.com or like, Zapier. And this now defeats, like, it basically removes that entire complexity of going in and building a GPT with like a custom tool call that then uses the n8n interface or the workflow to actually run different actions. Now you literally just build it out within n8n directly. So you cut the middleman. It's super clean. It's super easy. And I also feel like if this gets a lot of traction, n8n is going to keep updating this and making it better, because there are some things that you don't get here. Like recently, I've been using the ChatGPT projects when I'm building out different client work or to kind of keep things organized. So like a way to organize files or like different chats would be interesting. But you can go into create a new agent, and now we can either create an agent here, which is literally like a custom version of this chat agent that we were just using. We don't want to use this just yet. I actually want to go into the canvas and build out a custom agent that way. But just so you see here, you enter your name, your description, your system prompt, which is like getting the AI agent step on a canvas and then giving it a system prompt as well. You select your model, and then over here you have your tools. But again, it's just limited right now to this Gina AI. So I'm sure this is going to be expanded, and they probably let you use different tools here as well. But I'm going to bypass this entirely, and I'm actually going to go back into my regular workspace and create a new workflow. So this is going to be my custom agent. So I'm going to show us first how to create just a regular chat agent that has web search enabled, which before I would have to use that Gina AI thing. So I'm just going to go for chat trigger. the first thing you have to do is make chat available in n8n chat. So I'm going to say Bartman, because we had Batman, and now I am the Batman of the workspace. So when chat message is received, we go into our AI agent step. I'm not going to put a prompt into here, but you can put a prompt in to customize it. We go for the OpenAI model. We add a built-in tool, which is web search, leave it as medium, and then we're actually complete right now. Now, in order for us to access this on the actual interface, we have to publish it as well. So we publish this, and just to give this a good name as well, I'm going to say Bart the Bat. Okay, so that's all saved. Now we go back into the chat interface, we go into custom agents, now we have Bartman, and if I click this, I'm now using my Bartman. So just be mindful that you can literally have multiple agents, you just choose your custom agent from here, or you can just continue using the regular chat interface. We're using Bartman over here. Hi, how are you? I'm doing great. What is the weather in Melbourne? So this should be using the, there we go, as of 8:45 p.m. we have this, so that used the web search as well. So a cool thing that we were looking at, where's one of my last ones? Here it is. So over here we actually had the ability to attach a file as well, and I want us to be able to attach a file for this conversation as well. So if we go back into our main workspace, go into here, that configuration is within this chat node. So we're just going to go to allow file uploads, and now we can either restrict what files we want the agent to be able to process. I'm going to leave this unrestricted. I'm going to save a version of this, publish this new version. Once again, you've got to publish. This is the new 2.0 style of pushing workflows. You have to publish them. And if we go back into our chat space, and I think if we go back into this existing one, there we go, we have the file upload as well. So I'm just going to drag in that Batman logo. There we go. Do you see here? And then we have whatever else we have. Really awesome. Okay, cool. So if you're like me, when you're in the actual ChatGPT interface, let me just zoom in so we see this. There's actually 3 different ways that you can use the GPT 5.2 model. I think there's 4 ways. I think they also have like a turbo mode if you're on a higher paid tier. They have the auto instant. Oh, sorry, they have the instant. No, they have another one somewhere. Maybe it's actually to whatever it is. But over here you can see that we have the instant, which is like immediately answer your question, or thinking if you want better results, like if you want to research something. So I actually want to recreate some kind of semblance of this within n8n, because right now I technically just message one single model, and I don't want to go into here, OpenAI, and switch out and say like 5 point. I don't even. You actually can't do it from this model search anyway. So to install that, we're just going to do we're going to customize this agent a little bit more. We're going to go to Bart-Bat, and this is a really interesting use case. I'm now going to cancel this, and I'm going to install a model selector for us. So I'm pretty sure in the backend selector of ChatGPT, there's like multiple LLM steps when you get a query. One of the LLM steps would be like, hey, can you please mediate this input, make sure it's not about harming yourself or like illegal things or whatever. So that's like one layer of the LLM. It's like using that guardrails node that we see here, where it's like, hey, can you just safeguard the inputs into here? One of the other ways that I think the auto mode works, it's also like another stage of LLM processing, which just reads the input and sees, hey, is this like a simple question? Can we just give it a very simple response? Or is this like a more complicated question? Do we need to like beef up our, however we're responding to this? So we're going to do a couple of different things here. The first is I'm going to go into here and just choose 3 different models, because I know that for OpenAI, I can choose 3 different levels of reasoning. And I'm going to go into here and just choose 5.2. Let's let it load up. I'm going to get my snapshot. I like using the snapshot because this is like, it's a moment in time, and they don't actually change. Like if 5.2 gets upgraded, they don't change the snapshot. Whereas if you use the 5.2 or like the one with the latest tags, it's like if 5.2 is ever modified, even in a slight way, if you use the 5.2 version, you get the modified version each time. So it's typically better to actually use a snapshot, especially when you have prompts that are super important, because a little change can sometimes have a big impact on the output of your prompt. So use snapshots wherever possible. And I'm actually going to do 2 things over here. I'm going to change my settings to be reasoning effort, and I've got low, medium, high. And I'm going to make my search for web search low as well. And I'm going to call this low. Now I'm going to duplicate this and then triplicate that, if that makes sense. Medium, and let's go medium and medium, very good. And then we have that for high, as you may have guessed. And we have high here as well. Okay, cool. So now model 1 is low for ChatGPT 5.2, model 2 is medium, model 3 is high, and we have both the reasoning effort and also the web search ability. So in here we have 3, and we're going to be setting up some routes. So if you have the first condition is met, we'll use model 1 if the value is 1, and I'm just setting this up for later. Model 2 if the value is 2, so we're setting this up, and then model 3 if the value is 3. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be getting an input into here and running it through a separate LLM step. So we'll just use the basic LLM chain. And this is going to have a very simple prompt. And let's see how we write this out. I'm going to go expression. So even this thing sometimes, right? Let's say you say hi there and you hit enter and you can't actually like structure the next line underneath. It's a bit annoying sometimes in some of these inputs. So you just click expression, you can pop this open, and then you can fully write like in the next line. Which I like to do a lot. So let's say output 1 if the question is simple, right? Let's just copy this. Duplicate, triplicate. There we go. Output 2 if the question is, I don't know, let's just see if this works. Medium difficulty. And then let's make this super obvious. If the question is about doing research. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Let's get this correct. So let's just send something into here. Hi. Okay, that's right. We need a model over here. We'll let it be 4.1 to decide. Hi. We output something into here. What do we output? We output 1. Okay, very basic. So now we're going to define below, go back 2 nodes to get our chat input, to be the actual input for our AI agent. And then for our model selector, over here, let's see if we actually get this. There we go. This is the output of that LLM step, the one that we said output 1 if it's simple, 2 if it's medium, and 3 if it's about research. So now we have 3 different levels, and I'm going to save this, and we're just going to practice here. So hi there. Okay, we're using 1. What is the distance from the moon to the earth? Is that simple? Okay, I don't know what medium is going to be, but I'm just going to say, give me a research paper on cats versus dogs. And then hi. Okay, because we had a research paper research request. So I could be more specific with what I want to be medium for like the medium web search and the medium research paper stuff. But for now, this is pretty cool, and we just need to publish this version. So we publish this, we go back into our chat, and we're going to be chatting with our Bart man. So now we don't actually have the option over here to select between low, medium, and high, but depending on your conversation, like this is where it comes into like personalization. Depending on your conversation, how are you? The agent will dynamically choose the best route for your request. So give me a research paper on cats versus dogs, and include your references. And then here's that report that we got back. So it's like abstract, introduction, and this is pretty neat. I mean, like you can see already here that it took us maybe 5 minutes to build out the initial agent, to then get the attachment to work, and then to also have the ability to do like low, medium, and high reasoning depending on the question that we're asking. So this is a really, really easy way to stay within the n8n ecosystem and kind of like maybe drop another service that you're using, or just make it simpler for you to actually build out your projects. Because like the way that I would look at it, this is not a competition for ChatGPT. It's not a competition for Claude. This is actually just another tool that n8n is trying to give to us to make us more capable builders. So yeah, I wouldn't say they're trying to, get into this space. It's literally just to make things easier for us. So I reckon that's awesome. I'm definitely going to start using this. And once they introduce like projects and they start maybe introducing a couple more features into here, which maybe they will, I might even actually just drop some of my other tools like ChatGPT or Claude or something like this. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.